Hi fans, I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and this is episode 8, or in finger maths, 8, of the airflow and pressure differential comparison. This is 120 millimeter fans, and the fans that I've got today are the AuyiHomu Prism ARGB Dazzling Infinity, the Geometric Future Black 2503R Squama, the Raijintek EOS 12 RBW, the Squama Ice Lantern 2S SF420, and the Teucer Prism 4 reversed. So, without giving anything away to you at this point, why don't you go ahead and start thinking about which of these 5 is probably going to be the best airflow fan and which is going to have the best pressure differential, and put that in comments and be ready to change it in a little while because I'm going to show you the RPMs. So just put that into your thought process. I do want you to keep in mind that the anemometer that I use, which is this one, is not the most precise. I wish I could get a better one, but this is what I've got to work with right now. So it does have some weaknesses. It does allow me to put it in an area, but it doesn't allow me to get it to the precision level that I need to make sure that the results are going to be as accurate as possible. So there is a degree of error. And as the airflow gets bigger or stronger, however you want to express it, the error margin becomes larger as well. So here are the RPMs for these fans. So as you can see, the AuyiHomu is the weakest with a measured maximum of 1,560. The Geometric Future is a tiny bit better at 1,563. And you'll notice that compared to what the published specs are, the AuyiHomu is a little bit weaker than it should be, and the Geometric Future is a little bit stronger than it should be. The Raijintek EOS 12 is 1,630, which is a bit weak compared to the 1,800 that they published. The Squama Ice Lantern is 1,680 versus the 1,200 that they published. So that's a little bit of a surprise when it comes to Squama. And then the Teucer Prism 4 reversed is supposed to be 2,000, but it measured out at 2,230. Now, just so you guys know, I use one of 2 ways of measuring. If I can't use this fan controller over here, which is the Zalman FC3 or something like that. Yeah, ZM-MFC3, because sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate with me. Then I will use this to measure along with some reflective tape on the fan. So let's go ahead and take a look at airflow. But now I want you to make your predictions. Looking at those RPMs, which one do you think is going to be the strongest? Will it be the Teucer because it has the RPMs that are the highest? Or maybe you think something else is. Maybe you've got a personal favorite. Now, as always, when I do this, I convert from CFMs, which is fairly standard for most companies, to CMH. So instead of cubic feet per minute, I do cubic meters per hour. I forgot to fill in the cubic meters per hour for the published specs, as you can see over here. Unfortunately, sorry about that. I will fill it in for the next time. But you can see the measured results. 108 with the Squama being the worst, which doesn't really surprise me. And the Geometric Future, surprise, surprise, edged out the AuyiHomu and the Raijintek. And the Teucer did not actually have that much lower airflow than the other 3, but it was a bit lower. So you can see that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the pressure differential. Now again, this is not the same thing as static pressure. I shouldn't say again, I haven't said this before today. But this gives us some kind of an understanding of from 0 to maximum how much pressure it's applying. And this is not using the same kind of measurement or the same kind of tools that you would use for static pressure. So keep that in mind. But again, the Squama comes out on the bottom, followed by the AuyiHomu. That's a little bit better and tied with the Raijintek EOS. The geometric future is a little bit better than them. And the Teucer is the best. Is that a great deal better? Well, we'll see in a minute here, because now we're going to compare these 5 fans to all the others. Okay, so I have highlighted those 5 fans so you can see that as far as RPMs are concerned, the AuyiHomu Geometric Future, Raijintek, and Squama are in the bottom 1/3, the slowest in terms of RPMs, whereas the Teucer is in the top half, or you could say the middle third. Now let's go ahead and look at the airflow. And again, we can, oh, darn it, the Geometric Futures information almost got blocked by that link that popped up. Sorry about that. But you can still see the important part. You can see that all 5 of them rank in the bottom half of the list as far as airflow. So none of them are really that impressive, even though some of them publish specs that didn't exactly meet up to the expectations that they set. And finally, let's look at the pressure differential. And we can see this is a little bit different. Whereas the Squama, AuyiHomu, Raijintek, and Geometric Future are in the bottom half of the list, the Teucer is in the top quarter of the list, which is respectable and not too terribly surprising given how much higher the RPMs are. So if we look at them all with the basis of the pressure differential, we can see that, again, as often occurs, the relationship between RPMs and the airflow or the pressure differential don't always match up in the same order. And that when it comes to RPMs and airflow in specific, there's often an indirect relationship. So we've got that Teucer Prism 4 reversed in the bottom, or the top quarter at 63, but the best one on the list is the Key Fan Club at 86. So it's respectable when we compare it to regular fans. But the ones at the bottom of the list are not really, for the most part, regular fans. They are higher performance fans. And we can see that because of that difference, they definitely edge out most other fans. Although I don't really consider the JMC to be a special fan, but it does do really well. So how were your guesses? Did you get them right? Did you figure out which one was going to have the best airflow, which one was going to have the best pressure differential? Or was it a big surprise for you? For me, it wasn't really a big surprise as far as the pressure differential, but for the airflow, I was a little bit surprised, but not very surprised. So I hope you put in the comments what your guesses were. I'll be looking forward to seeing that. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
I need to ask for your help. Things have been challenging. Whose life hasn't been challenging lately? So if you could please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications, that would be really, really super. Also, if you'd like to help me financially and you can't afford to, you can do a super thanks on my Glenn's Fast Reviews channel, or you can become a member there. Or if you prefer, you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII and become a member there instead. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bleeping Computer for their support of my channel. If you need resources for computers, for getting rid of malware and learning about cybersecurity and stuff, Bleeping Computer, BLEEPING computer.com is a great resource. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.